morning, good afternoon, good evening, my people all over the world, depending on where you are watching me from right now. It's your brother this morning again, Emmanuel Oni, for another day. Matters arising this morning is up again. We are up to entertain you, to educate you, to inform you, and to enlighten you. We are reaching you via the platform of Niger Watch this morning. I promise it's going to be it's a fully packed day, a very fully packed day. You are going to be entertained. You are going to be informed. You are going to be educated. I thank you all for staying around with me this morning for to keep me company. Without you, there will be no matters arising. So I use this opportunity to appreciate you guys for coming up once again to 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 be there for me. I'm here alone today. My oga at the top is not around, is unavoidably absent for today. I promise I will give you the best I can as a person. So before we start today's program, before we go into the news item for today, as you all know, it's a paper review. The news that is in the paper all over the world is what we deal on. We try to break it down. We try to make it bring it to the level that you will understand it. That is why we are here. And as you stay glued to us, prepare yourself with a cup of tea, coffee, and or even if it is wine, just to be relaxed and expect to be fully entertained today and informed. So, but before we go in, I want to encourage you to please appeal to you to please advise your people, encourage your people, your brothers, your sisters to subscribe to Niger Watch channel on YouTube and on Facebook. Uh, to press the auto button so that by the time we come up like this, you will get the notification that we are on for you again. To like our videos and share it to all your contacts, all your people, friends, well wishers all over the world. Let them know that this is a channel that gives you the best of news, the best of information. That we don't add anything, we don't add salt, we don't add pepper. We give it to you the way it is, so that we will be able to reach as much people as possible, as we continue to as we try our best to serve you better, because that is the motivator we need, that is the energy we need to serve you. We wake up this morning, we wake up every night, every day, try to dig for information to come and serve you. It's not because we just want to do it. It's because you try to encourage us. It's because you watch us. That is why we do it. If you don't watch us, we will not be here. So encourage your people, share our videos so that we'll be able to reach as much people as possible. So as we go into the details of the news today, the first on our item today on matters arising is COVID-19. UNICEF decries on ending school closure. Yes, COVID-19. UNICEF decries on ending school closure. So what they are saying here is that UNICEF don't decry, say schools, because of the COVID-19, schools not the school not open. So UNICEF is an association, a word under United Nations, when that is in charge of children, the well-being and the well-being and the importance of children. That is what they are meant to do. And children are supposed to be in school, but most countries from the third world, maybe particularly Africa, because of COVID-19, they could not cope with it. So most of the children are not in school when they are supposed to be in school. And the way it is now, they are likely going to lose 1 year. So UNICEF is crying. They are complaining that that is not the way to go in this present generation of 2021, when things are supposed to, when we are supposed to build our children, when we are supposed to educate our children, but they are at home doing nothing. So for that reason, they are complaining, they are decrying the situation at hand today. So before, let me go into the news to let you know the way it is they put it in the news. The United Nations Children Funds has decried the continuous closure of schools in too many countries on account of COVID-19 pandemic. In a statement on Tuesday, the agency said this was a spite of increasing evidence that schools were not drivers of this pandemic. The agency is saying that they are keeping children at home, and research have shown that it is not the children, it is not school that spread pandemic, and they wonder why schools are not opening because of pandemic. So in a statement on Tuesday, the agency said this was in spite of increasing evidence that schools were not the drivers of a pandemic. So they are saying schools it's not the driver. Schools are not responsible for pandemic, so they don't know why they are now closing schools down. UNICEF also pointed out overwhelming evidence of the impact of schools closure on children. It was one that number of out of school children was said to rise by 24 million to a level we have not yet seen in years and have fought so hard to overcome. So they are saying that the way they go now in the whole world, it might be up to 24 million as children that are out of school because of a pandemic. It noted that the devastating cost of schools closure, which is said to affected 90% of students worldwide and denied a third of school children access to remote education. Children's ability to read, write, and do basic mathematics has suffered the skills they need to drive the 21st century economy. 21st century economy have diminished. So because of this closure of schools, the children are losing out on the skills, the skills and education they need to fit in to the 21st century economy. So a lot of children all over the world, almost like 24 million, are going to lose out if care is not taken. That they might not be able to fit into the 21st economy that the UNICEF have fought to overcome before this pandemic come into place. Their health, development, safety, and well-being are at risk. The most vulnerable among them will bear the heaviest brunt. Without school meals, children are left hungry and their nutrition are worsened. Without daily interaction with their peers and reduction in mobility, they are losing physical fitness and showing signs of mental distress, the agency noted. So the agency is saying that because schools are not open, children are not going to school, they are losing conversation, interaction with their friends, they are losing mobility, play when they're supposed to be play for school, they are losing head because some of them even depend on the mail for school to take survive. So they are losing a lot because of this pandemic without daily interaction. The agency added that school children were more vulnerable to abuse, child marriage, and child labor in the absence of safety that schools often provide. So what that means, some children, because children are at home, they are now going to be faced with child abuse. Maybe their parents or their guardians will come to beat them anyhow. They will come to treat them anyhow the way they're not supposed to treat them. Some of them will now even be forced into child marriage, ordinarily when they are supposed to be in school. So these are some of the things that UNICEF is complaining about, that is going to be the aftermath of this problem, this crisis that is at hand, where schools are not opening for almost 1 year now. So it is very dangerous. We are in a very dangerous situation, and the world must come together to fight this problem that pandemic has caused. This UNICEF emphasized is why shutting school must be last resort after other options have been exhausted. Assessing the risk of transmission at the local level should be key determination in decision on school operation. Nationwide school closure must be avoided whenever possible. Where there are high level of community transmission, where health systems are under extreme pressure, and where closure of school is deemed inevitable, safeguarding measure must be put in place. So schools, they are advising that they should do everything. Let's closure of school be the last resort. It shouldn't just be the first thing you just look at. Try other means to tackle the pandemic. Let it be the last resort, so that we will not put ourselves, endanger the world in the nearest future, because the implication of children not going to school is very, very daring. It is very, very daring, if we must confess. While there are high level of community transmission, where health system under is okay. This includes ensuring that children who are at risk of violence in their homes are reliant upon schoolmates, and those parents are essential workers are able to continue their education in their classroom. In case of lockdown, school must be among the first to reopen once authorities start lifting restrictions. Catch-up classes should be prioritized to ensure that children who have been unable to learn remotely are not left behind. If children are faced with another year of school closure, the effect will be felt for generations to come. So please, the UNICEF is advising the world, is advising the government, particularly Nigeria government now. You should please do everything you can to save the situation, to save the future of our children. It is very important. It is very important. Closure of school shouldn't be the first thing to do. You should try and come up with means. There are ways to tackle these things apart from closing of schools. If it becomes inevitable, there are situations where it becomes inevitable that you must close school. Beautiful. Do it, and let it be the first when the restrictions are now lifted. When restrictions are now lifted. So let it be the first thing to come up. Let it be the first way to go, so that we will not endanger our future, the future of our country, the future of our children. Because the implication of children not going to school, the implication of children not getting the right education, the implication of children not getting the right mindset, the implication of children not getting the right training to fit into the 21st century is very dangerous. It is very dangerous. I must say that. We must understand that it is dangerous. We don't want to live in a world where we have children that roaming the streets as agberu, as tout, that cannot fit into the modern system of living. One of the reasons Nigeria is where we are today, one of the reasons we are where we are today, it is because our children have not gotten good education. We have not been able to give our children quality education that will make them stand on their own. So it is very easy for them to be convinced to do the wrong thing. If you have a child that is a university graduate, and you have a child that is a primary school dropout or a secondary school dropout, both of them are going to approach the same issue differently. They are going to approach the same issue differently. It's going to be easy for you to just tell a child that did not go to a primary school or a dropout of secondary school that, look, come and carry this gun. Let's go and rob. Let's go and kill. Because when you kill, you go to heaven. Or when you kill, you make money. It's going to be very easy for them to be convinced, and they will easily fall for that conviction. But if you have a child that gets to the level of university, it will take you more time. It does not mean that you cannot. But if the education system is sound and we have the right one, it will be very, very, very difficult to tell somebody that got to university that have a quality education to say, go and carry bullet bomb and go and explode it somewhere, you go to heaven. Or go and carry gun, let's go and steal so that we will be able to buy a pair of shoes or go to club and enjoy ourselves. So it's going to be easy to convince children that are not educated, or even educated and the education is not quality, because there is difference between education and quality education. So one major way of combating crime in society, it is by quality education. It's not by gun. It's not by police buying ammo tank, buying ammunition for police and military. No. The major thing is if you give them proper upbringing from the onset, from nursery, primary, secondary school, then you have succeeded in reducing the level of, the number of crime you are going to fight in the society. And once you have been able to do that, you have been able to reduce the number of people prone or vulnerable children that will fall into criminality, terrorism, banditry, any kind of crime. Then you have succeeded in making the country peaceful to a very large extent. So you have reduced the level of the numbers of people. Let's say we have 20 million youths, and they get good education from the beginning. And when they are at university level, after their university, only like 10-20% of them will resort to criminality. So when you have such number, 10-20% resorting to criminality, it will be easy for the government to manage crime. But when you have 80%, 90% of them going into crime, you just only have 10 that are 10% that are responsible, that will not go into crime. Then you have created a problem for that society, for that country. That is why we are where we are today, because our government, our leaders refuse to lay good foundation for our children. Refuse to lay good foundation, and this pandemic now is making everything worse. It's not making everything right. Before, we have never given our children good quality education. Now they are not getting anyone at all. You see the risk now. You can see the risk in future. In the next 10-15 years, you can project what will happen if we don't manage this situation very well. You can project from here. It's not spiritual. It's simple. It's a simple logic. It's scientific. The indicators are there. So please, I'm appealing to the government of the day to please take education seriously. With this pandemic, come up with innovative ideas. Come up with ways to educate our children. It shouldn't just be let them just sit at home and they are home, they are doing nothing. You expose them to series of dangerous things. You expose them to rape. You expose them to abuse. You expose them to child marriage. You expose them to crime. So I'm appealing to the government to please come up with innovative. It's not just enough to just close through and just start living. Then you the leaders, you now send your children abroad to go and get education. That is not the way to go. If you think you have the money to send your children abroad, yeah, it's good for you. It's an advantage for you. But the criminal part of it, the terrorist part of it, the criminal part of it that you are breeding is going to come back to you whether you like it or not. You will have to contend with the criminal. You will have to live with a situation where you have to live with army, police to secure you. And that is not the way to build a nation. That is not the way to go. So we must take deliberate effort to fix the system so that you can go freely with you, that you don't need an army, you don't need policeman, you don't need mobile police, you don't need security, a private security to protect you. If you reduce crime in the society, if you bring down the level of crime in the society, you will live freely. You don't need army, you don't need police, you don't need private security to protect you. All you just need is you and your driver. You go to where you are going. But if you refuse to educate the children, then you are going to be faced with those things. Your children will face it. It's not a curse. It is what you have built for yourself. It is the system you create for yourself. So please, I'm appealing to the government. I'm appealing to the leaders. And I'm appealing to UNICEF and United Nations to impress on the government of every country that is taking COVID-19 as an advantage to uneducate the children. So I want to go to the next item on the list. I think I've said enough on that. The government should listen. They should do the needful to help our children so that they get quality education. The next on the list is aftermath of running COVID-19 test. I am yet to receive a result. Odugbemi. Aftermath of after months of running COVID-19 tests, I am yet to receive my results. That one is being said by one of our brother. He said he did a COVID-19 test months, and up to now, he has not gotten his test results. So he's advising the government to please do more in this area of COVID-19 that we are talking about. It shouldn't be something that we handle with kid gloves. We should handle it seriously. Month after running COVID-19 test, I am yet to receive result. Odugbemi. So let me go into the details of the news. Deputy Chairman, Alliance for Survivor of COVID-19 and Beyond, ASCAB, Shina Odugbami, has challenged the federal government to do better in his handling of COVID-19 cases in the country. Narrating a personal experience, Odugbemi said he had run a test 3 months after he was yet to receive the results. This our brother Odugbami is complaining that he did his COVID-19 test 3 months ago. Till now, there's no results. He has not gotten his results. So he's advising the government to do more, to handle it more appropriate and in a better way. In the heat of the pandemic, there was a suspicion of somebody having COVID-19 in my office, and the decision was to get to the nearest hospital and check yourself. And the person tested positive, so there was a pandemonium in my office, and everybody had to go and take the test. He said on Tuesday in an interview on China's television Politics Today, I was at Ifako Center and my sample was taken, and sincerely I have taken the test for 3 months now and there's no result. And if you ask me, the other Nigerians, if you ask the other Nigerians, they will tell you their experience not far from that. He's saying that he has done his test for over 3 months because in the office somebody tested positive in his office, and so there was the need for everybody in the office to go and do tests. So he went into one of the center in Lagos at Ifako and did his test, and 3 months down the line he's here to get his result, and saying that there are other Nigerians whose experience are not different. So that is his experience. Now, so let me go on, let me finish it. With second wave of the pandemic hitting many countries across the globe, including Nigeria, Odubami believed that the government lacks proper preparation to be able to handle the virus. He believed that compared to other countries, Nigeria's approach has been below average. Here, we don't think ahead of time. We don't anticipate capacity of the pandemic. Everybody we count members of every day. We count numbers of deaths all around the world, and this is how to be very instructive to us as a nation. And I feel that generally we have second blow. We are scored below average, and I feel that generally we have scored below average. When the pandemic started, we saw a lot of countries springing up where people could go, but now they have disappeared. We need to up our game as a people. We need to take this thing very seriously. So far, Nigeria has recorded a total of 133,100 cases, while 136,000 have died. 1,361 have died. 1,361 have died. On a positive note, however, 80,491 have been successfully treated and discharged. So that is a good one. That is a good loss. Is praising the government for that. That 80,000. That is like 70 to 80% of the people that have tested positive have been discharged. So those ones did not die. So that is a good one, a plus for the government. He used that opportunity to applaud the government for that. On a positive note, however, yes, excuse me. Okay, I think that is the end of the story. He is advising the government to please do more. You can't do a COVID-19 test for 3 months and the result is not out. And most people are facing the same challenges. So he's appealing to the government to please do more. And he now praised the government in the area that they did well, that they should up their games. They should put up more effort, be more transparent in what they are doing. But that is very important. Transparency is very important. A situation where you come up with laws, you yourself that comes up with the law, that comes up with the guidelines, you are not obeying the guidelines. A situation where you say this today, you go and push people out to go and be registering for NIL, and there is COVID-19, people are going to doubt you. That is enough to tell people that, look, this thing does not exist. These people know that it does not exist. So the government should please be transparent, be truthful, come up with strategies to fight this pandemic. The pandemic is there. People are dying. But government should up their games as far as this pandemic is concerned. I think we have only tested a little bit above 1 million in a country that is over 200 million. We have just tested a little bit above 1 million. That is poor. It's a very poor statistic. It's a very poor number to talk about. And now, the other part of the world are working hard to get vaccines for their citizens. They are putting plans in place, strategies in place, so that within the next few months, their citizens have vaccines. But what are we talking about? We are talking about 100,000 vaccines by the end of this month. And most likely that 100,000 vaccines is going to be shared among the executive and the big boys. From my own understanding, in UK today, everybody knows the time, have idea of where he's going to be vaccinated. He's just waiting for that day to come to receive a call or a note that come and take your vaccine. Every plan has been put in place, and people and the citizens are aware, very transparent. But in our case, we don't even know where we are. We don't even know how we are going. We are talking of 100,000 free vaccines from Pfizer. What of the one we are going to buy? Some are even insinuating that we are going to China to buy from China, not Pfizer. We don't even have a timetable. We don't even have idea of how we are going to do it. So please, government should up their game and do better, so that we will not, the majority of the citizens will not be the one to suffer for it. It will be very, very disheartening to me if by March vaccination have not started in Nigeria. It will be very, very disheartening. So government should up their game in every aspect of this pandemic, coronavirus or COVID-19. It is very, very important. It is very, very key. You must not let the people and just take care of yourself and leave. This is not a case of this one is not a case that you treat with corruption. You treat with I'm a leader, I'm a governor, or no. I'm appealing to the government to please come up with strategy, come up with formula that way. Let us know what your plans are. Let us know what you are doing for Nigeria to be vaccinated. Let's not dwell on these numbers that we are quoting, that we are just 100,000 plus cases right now. Those numbers are not it at all. They are not it. Those numbers are not it. If we are relying on that number, then we are joking. So after that, let's go to the next item on the list. Vice Chancellor counter ASU says varsity can resume. Yes, Vice Chancellor counter ASU says varsity can resume. If you remember, yesterday was one of our news items that there might be no resumption on the 18th of January. So, and to that effect, the ASU came up on their own to say that they are not ready. Schools are not ready for resumption. That nothing has been put in place to protect the student and the teachers. That was the one that we brought up yesterday. But today, another one came up. Vice Chancellor, that is the people managing the school, have come out to say that they are fully ready, that university can resume, that everything has been put in place. So let me try to go into the details of the news and see what they are saying. Vice Chancellor Kanta Asu says varsity can resume. That is the headlines of the news. Vice Chancellor of some federal and state universities in Nigeria have expressed readiness to reopen schools, though the academic staff union of the university has said that varsity were not ready for reopening. The VC said they had planned to reopen their institution as directed by the federal government. One of the VC of the federal university in the Southwest told our correspondent that it was wrong for ASU to claim that there were no guidelines for reopening of universities. Apart from the scare arising from the second wave of COVID-19, another VC said some of them had planned to stagger resumption. I think ASU should begin to speak the fact, in as much as we do not want the COVID-19 outbreak on our campuses. We had our plans. Some academic activities can resume for classes, while few population, one of the VC told our correspondent on the telephone. LASU recently held examination for students in compliance with COVID-19 guidelines, and it went well. What do they mean by saying there is no guideline for reopening? Another VC queried. On his part, VC of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, Professor Felix Salako, said the varsity will resume academic activities on January 18 in compliance with directive of the federal government. Now, ASU is saying schools are not ready, there's no plan, there's nothing to protect the lecturers and the students. But the varsity VC chancellors who are running the school are saying, yeah, they are ready. That they are ready. That some plan to do even online training, online education. They are just waiting for on the 8th. Majority of the lecturers, vice chancellors, are saying they are ready. So I will expect with this coming from the vice chancellor, the ASU should meet with the vice chancellor to strategize, to map out plan on how they are going to resume school. Different schools have come up with their date of resumption. So let me continue with the reading. Salako maintained that the university was ready to resume academic activities, saying that measures had been put in place, including COVID-19 protocols, as stipulated by the federal government. It said it was mischievous and political for any lecturer to go to the media and say that the university was not ready for academic activities. Salako noted that the school had undergone fumigation more than 10 times since March, just as there had been massive infrastructural rehabilitation. He added that the management had been producing its own hand sanitizer as well as procuring hand washing basins and soap needed to keep the students and members of the staff from contracting the virus. The vice chancellor also said that the university would be running what he described as hybrid teaching, a mix of physical and virtual training, while no fewer than 150 solar panels have been installed in some of the buildings to provide alternative source of electricity and facilitate the planned hybrid system of learning delivery. The virtual learning will take of large classes like the part one student, but fewer classes we have. But for the fewer classes, we have large halls to accommodate the student. Nan Potel Salako are saying. Meanwhile, the University of Ilorin has started online lecture as scheduled. The management of the University of Benin also announced that the institution will resume on the January 30th. Also, the Senate of the Bayero University Kano on Monday approved the commencement of a new academic session on January 18, 21, while the second semester would commence on May 3rd, 2021. The Punch gathered that Senate of the Ekiti State University has also announced that the institution would resume online academic activities from January 18. From January, Deputy Director, Corporate Communication and Protocol of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Mr. Adegbeneru Adebayo, said academic activities will resume on January 18 for the students. A public relations officer of the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Biodun Olarewaju, said the Senate of the institution would meet on January 19 to decide when the student would resume. Subject to decision of the Senate, the spokesperson said OAU would put in place all necessary arrangements in compliance with COVID-19 protocol to ensure safety in the university environment. So the VC seems to be ready according to what they are saying here. The chapter of the union, in a separate interview with the Punch, commented on the directive of the National University Commission that university could resume on January 18, but must adhere to COVID-19 protocol in hostels and lecture halls. ASU said, although its members were ready to start work, the government had not put measures in place for the safe reopening of the schools. The Minister of Education, Adamu Adamu, said on Monday that FD will review the January 18 earlier resumption or date fixed for resumption of schools across Nigeria. It attributed the decision to the second wave of COVID-19 currently ravaging the country. Adamu said it on January 18 that schools reopening is not sacrosanct. When we decide on that date, it was just a target towards what we were working on. Of course, we are keeping it in view and looking at what is happening in the society, and then supposed to be subject to constant review. So, end of quote. From what we are hearing here today now is that the VC seems to be ready. They said everything is in place. Most of the university have agreed that everything is in place. That the ASU members should come and let them work out plans how to resume school. Some of them have already fixed date for resumption, which is good one. If it is true, I hope it is true. I hope they are not being political. If it is, I hope they are not being political, or they are not trying to be politically correct. Let's hope that what they are saying is true. So I will advise the ASU and the lecturers to meet with the VC and the Senate of every individual school to strategize on how to resume schools. The children need to our children need to resume schools. New schools need to resume. It's very, very important. Let them come up with ways to resume schools so that things can keep moving. Education can keep moving. Our children will not go and lose more than 1 year. From the look of things, our children are likely going to lose 1 year already. So it's high time. It's high time. I'm happy with the news from the side of the uh, uh, vice chancellor. I'm happy. It's encouraging. Hope they are not trying to be politically correct. And I hope that they do it and they come up with, I mean, they are able to come up with strategize with the ASU members so that schools can start in earnest. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. So let's wait and see what will happen in the next few days in the respect of that. 18th of January is just here. Some have even fixed their date on 30th, like UNICEF said they have fixed their date on 30th of January. So this year we hope that they keep to their promises. SANU NASU protest sharing formula of FG 30 billion to universities. This is the normal Nigeria way. So when it comes to money, you can't beat Nigeria in this. It will always come to this level when it comes to money. Anything that involves money in Nigeria will always come to this. Let me try and go to the news properly so that we will read it out the way it is on the item. It's funny, okay. It's expected. It's not surprising. It's the way. That's the way when the money is involved. When money is involved, it will always come to this way. After they have, we know that. Let me give you a little bit background of this. ASO have been on strike for over 9 months thereabout because of money palava in Nigeria. Yes, asking for some money, salary arrears and allowance, and other things like restructuring the school, even the way their salary is being paid, everything was in it. So at the end of around December, they were able to agree with the government, and the government gave them 30 billion naira to sort part of their allowances and salary. So ASU fought this battle according to them. While they were fighting it, this ASU are this lecturing staff of university, the people that lecture in the university are the teaching staff. While the SANU and NASU are the non-working staff, the non-lecturing staff. Those are the people that just carry files around, secretaries to lecturers or the head of department. Those ones are not lecturers. They are just working in the university environment with the lecturers and so on. So those ones are now asking for their own share of the 30 billion. They are not asking. So they say the sharing formula that ASU came up with is not encouraging to them. So let me go into the details of the news for us to understand it better. Senior Staff Association of Nigeria University, SSANU, and the non-academic staff of Nigeria University, NASU, in the University of Calabar on Thursday held a joint protest to reject the proposed sharing formula of the 30 billion given to the university by the federal government. The protests, which was under the aegis of Joint Action Congress (JAC) of the union, saw the workers marching around the university main campus with placards with various inscriptions bearing their anger on the federal government on what they term cheating of non-academic staff of university. Addressing the workers, the Deputy National President of SASNU, Dr. Luku Addo, said the federal government was being insincere in implementing simple agreements signed with the academic staff union. We entered into a memorandum of understanding (MOU) with the federal government, which was represented by the Minister of State for Education, Secretary, National University Commission (NUC), and Accountant General of the Federation. And they told us that the 30 billion being released is for earn allowance for all university workers. But today we are shocked to hear of 75% of academic staff, 75% of 75% for academic staff and 25% for non-academic staff, that our agreement is totally unacceptable. So the point now is, they said they had an agreement in memorandums before that 30 billion they should share it, but they didn't measure their own percentage that was originally in the memorandum or agreement they signed. But the one they quoted here is the one that they are not hearing. They said they are not hearing that they have deviated from that agreement. They are deviated from that agreement. So they are now hearing that the formula for sharing is now going to be 75% for lecturing staff and 25% of the money or the largest for non-academic staff, and they are not happy with that plan. So that is why they are protesting. Dr. Addo said the non-academic staff had earlier sent a memo to the federal government demanding for 120 billion naira for its members, and the government informed them that there was a forensic audit of university staff in place to ascertain what each staff would get from the money to be disbursed, but nothing has come out of the audit dates. They assured us that money was meant. They assured us that the money was meant for all 4 unions in universities. Today, government is adopting a divide and rule approach. Nobody can divide us. That is the reason we have gathered here to carry out the protest. He stated that the Integrated and Personal Information System (IPPIS), which was embraced by non-academic staff, have changed them severely, and the workers are now rejecting it. So they are saying that government have deviated from the original agreement they reached before, and that now the union have agreed to protest this divide and rule system that the federal government is trying to adopt, that they are deviating from the initial agreement, and that they are now regretting the IPPIS payroll system that they accepted before. They are not regretting it, that thing have now affected their income severely. The IPPS payroll is the one that ASO was fighting before. ASO fought it, and I'm sure ASO got their way out of that. But maybe before ASO fought it, they have already agreed that is for them to be paid directly from federal account. Salary will go, their salary will come directly from federal account. That system has affected them, and now they are regretting why they ever agreed to be part of that agreement. The IPPS, which non-academic staff embraced with assurance from government, gave as today become a source of pay to us. Today, our staff are being paid amputated salary, half payment, and all sorts of things are going on. So we say no more IPPS. We have tried IPPS, and we have found out it is not marriage materials. Comrade Joseph Omimi, the branch chairman of SANU, said the protest will go on for 3 days continuously, and thereafter a decision will be taken to embark on industrial action if the government does not respond. We are protesting over the non-renegotiation of 2009 MOU, the non-payment of gratuity to retirees who are our members, taking over non-academic staff job by academic staff. If nothing is done, we shall embark on full strike soon. So they are threatening that this strike is just going to last for 3 days, and it's a warning strike, except they are expecting the government to listen to them and stop IPPS and pay the gratuity of some of their members that have retired, that are yet to collect their gratuity. So, except government listen to them and do the needful, they will decide on when to go on strike. So I'm appealing to the government to please. There's too much strike in the system. The government should please do something about strike. These people shouldn't strike first before you start talking to them. I think that's where most times the government mix it up or get it all wrong. Until they go on strike, government does not talk. Even when they are calling the government to talk, they don't listen. It is not good. The government should do the needful now. Call them to the table, discuss with them, so that at the end of the day, before it gets to the point of strike, you will resolve the issue. It is better resolved at this level than to go and wait for 3-4 months of strike before you start talking of resolving issue. Government should listen to its people. Government should listen to the civil servant. Encourage them. I know they have their own bad side. I know. But you are the government. You set the pace at which things go. It is always good for government to listen to people. So I appeal to government, and at the same time appeal to the striking civil servant to please tread with caution. Strike shouldn't just be the only way out of negotiation. No, it should be the last resort. Exploit all other means first before you resort to strike. It shouldn't just be the first thing you do when there is differences, when there's something to talk about. And this 30 billion should please not bring another crisis into our education sector. You guys should sit down and work out formality on how you every sector, every association within the school environment to get their own part of it. It shouldn't be this money shouldn't put us into another crisis. It shouldn't. I'm appealing to you. I'm appealing to ASU. I'm appealing to the government to please do the needful. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, my brother Prince Junior. Good morning, my brother Prince. I see you there. Thank you very much for taking that time to be with me, to be with Naija. MD Sosa, good morning, my brother. I hear you, ma. Thank you so much for taking that time to be with us. Your time is very precious, and you took all your time to be with me this morning. I'm very, very grateful. I don't take it lightly at all. I don't take it lightly at all. Thank you so much, my people, for being with me this morning again. I encourage you, please keep liking this video, share it, subscribe to Naija Watch channels to encourage us to do more, to encourage us to deliver on our promises. That is the way to go. That's one way. Those are the multivitamins, the energies we need to move on, the energy we need to strive on what we are doing, so that it will encourage us, so that we will do more, we will want to do more, we will want to deliver more. It's your encouragement, it's your comments, your likes, your engaging us, your criticism that will push us to deliver more. Yes, I thank you so much for giving out your time. After talking about, now let's go to the next item on the agenda. Yes, for me this is a good news. It's a very sharing news for me this morning. I hope that the government will listen. They will not do the normal way they handle big cases of Sowore or activists. I hope they, they listen and do the needful. Court grant Sowore 20 million naira bail. Yeah, that's what this news is saying. Court grant Sowore 20 million naira bail. A chief magistrate court sitting in Wasu Zone 2, Abuja, has granted bail to convener of #Revolution Now, Omoyele Sowore, in the sum of 20 million naira. The second to the fifth defendant were also admitted to bail in the sum of 1 million and one surety in like sum. Chief Magistrate Mebe Segun Bello were ruling while ruling on the bail application on Monday, admitted Sowore bail in the sum of 20 million and two sureties in like sum. The court also ordered Sowore to remain in Abuja and must physically report to court registrar every Monday and Friday, pending on the hearing and determination of the case against him. The court further ordered that one of his sureties must be a civil servant, not below grade level 12. Sowore and 4 others are standing trial for alleged unlawful assembly, criminal conspiracy, and inciting the public disturbance. The trial has been fixed for February 5th, 2021. Sowore and 4 others were arrested by police on New Year Eve during a protest against bad governance. Sowore had earlier before the protest charged Nigerians on Twitter to hold a crossover protest by picking up a candle and a placard showing their grievance against the president Muhammadu Buhari at the administration. This is not the first time Sowore will be arrested. He was detained for over 100 days in 2019 for calling for revolutionary protests. Yeah, end of quote. That is it. It's a very sharing news to me. I thank the magistrate for taking that bold step to grant the bail, because in a Nigeria setting it's not easy. The judiciary are not allowed to do their job. That is the truth. For her to have taken the bold step to grant this bail, I commend the magistrate for her doggedness for taking this decision. Though the bail condition is a bit strict, but all the same, it's fine. If that is what the law say, who am I to question it? Now, The problem I'm anticipating is the usual Nigeria style, the way our law enforcement agency take bail. I hope the police, particularly now, will do the needful. We follow it the way it should be. There shouldn't be hacking back. There shouldn't be trying to cause delay tactics, create obstacles, create barriers to stop the bail process. Because it's always there in Nigeria, especially when the case is about an activist. The court has granted bail, so be it. If the court does not see the need for granting of bail, they will not grant bail. So if the court have taken the time to grant bail, so be it. It should be respected. Court decisions should be respected. Nigerian law enforcement agencies should learn how to respect court decision. The DSS and the police is very, very important. Very, 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 very important. Respect court decisions. You cannot rule a nation without court. They are the only body responsible for sending people to jail or saying discharging and acquitting anybody. That is their sole responsibility. That is what the Constitution empower them to do. If it was the police that was responsible for that, but now you are not the police or the DSS are not responsible for granting bail, for sentencing, or discharge and acquit. It is the sole responsibility of the judiciary. And once it is pronounced, the police or the DSS have no option than to obey. You are obliged to obey, whether it favors you or not. So you don't pick the one to obey and throw away the one that does not favor you. You must obey. Police and DSS, you must obey when there is court judgment. Granting of bail, sentencing, discharged and acquitted. You don't have to wait for order from the president or the governor or a minister to obey court orders. We are not in a banana republic. We are in 21st century where things are done properly according to constitution. We have a constitution. Whatever mandate constitution give you, do it. Let other people do their own mandate too. It shouldn't be a case of selecting which one to obey, which one not to obey. So if this case, if bail condition for Sowore favors you, say maybe keep him in the cell, you are very okay with that. But the day the judge now say no, grant him bail, you now begin to say you cannot obey. No. You are obliged to obey. Nigeria's security agencies should learn how to obey. Because you might be thinking that you are doing it today, tomorrow it can be your turn. Like my leader always say, injustice to one is injustice to all. Justice to one is justice to all. if you choose the one to obey because it is not you that is at the receiving end, one day nemesis will catch up with you. Yes, nemesis will catch up with you. You will face it in another way. So it's not in your place at all. It's not in the place of a police. It's not in the place of a police IG. It's not in the place of DSS. It's not in the place of the Director General of DSS to decide who to release and who not to release. It is the courts that have that right. So you must obey. So I hope that this Sowore case will not be turned into another drama of some sort, another comedy of some sort. Because Nigeria is a very interesting place where it is like the more you look, the less you see. We must learn to do things right, to do things properly. This is not a banana republic where individuals decide the fate of others. It's not. So that's why I enlarged on this matter today. I'm appealing to everybody who sign in Nigeria, whether the politician, the civil servants, the security agencies, the law enforcement agencies, the judiciary, the senator, national assemblies, the executive, the governors. Please, let us work building in Nigeria that work for everybody. The Nigeria of my dream is a Nigeria that works for everybody. A Nigeria where even if you are the president, you cross my line the way you are not supposed to cross, I will take you to court and I will have judgments. In Nigeria where I will be free to enjoy what I worked for. What underline that was what I worked for. In Nigeria, when you cross my line, I will take it to court and I will be sure that there will be judgments. Where somebody is not going to come and say because he's a minister or a governor, I will now have judgments. That is not the Nigeria of my dream. And that is not the Nigeria I'm working towards. And it's not just about one person. We all must stand up for the right thing. We must stand up for the truth at all times. Don't rub issues. Don't dress it. Don't sugarcoat it. When it's time to speak the truth, speak the truth. And the truth will set you free. Like I said yesterday, I still have to make reference to that news items yesterday, where my vice president said Nigeria is bigger and better as a nation. Fantastic, sir. But if you are going to do a Nigeria where you just come on television and radio and say Nigeria is bigger and better as one, and ends there, then you have not said anything and you have not done anything. You must follow it up with action. As a leader, number two, citizens of Nigeria, you must follow it up. When there is need to speak the truth, you must speak the truth. No matter whose out is God. When there is need for truth, stand up and speak the truth. It doesn't matter who is going to get offended. If you are not going to do that, then don't tell us that Nigeria will be better. Then there will be no Nigeria that will be better. Because Nigeria is not better. Now Nigeria is not good. Now Nigeria is not weird. Now Nigeria is a failed state. So, in this case of Sowore granting bail, because I know why I'm emphasizing on this. Nigeria is a very, very funny country. I hope they will not start playing games with the bail. So if there is anti-packing, people like the vice president should come out and speak the truth and say this man must be set free. That is why I make reference to that point. Not by when things are happening, you keep quiet. You don't have a voice then. When everything is done and you now come out and tell them, you have always said it. And it's the truth. That is my position too. But if it is the way we are running Nigeria now, then there's no Nigeria not to talk of getting better. It's my wish and prayer that we stay together as a nation. That is my wish. We will be better because we are so diverse with different kind of culture, different kind of intellectuals, resources, everything. So if we are able to harness that diversity properly, we will be one of the best countries in the world. There's no doubt about that. But we must harness those good qualities. We must harness those values properly that God gave us. But if we are going to run it the way we are running it now, where one session is bigger than the other session, where the bigger session want to swallow the other session, where minister want to swallow anybody that is not up to ministerial position, the governor want to swallow the people that is under him in the state, the local government want to swallow the people that is under them in the local government. And when they do this, you take them to court, nothing comes out of it. They will use money and buy up the matter and square the whole thing. Then there is no Nigeria, not to talk of a Nigeria that will be better. We must work at our opinions and our ideology about Nigeria. Fantastic ideology. Nigeria is better and bigger as one nation. But we must do the needful. You must speak the truth when there is need to speak the truth. Because one of the things we lack as a people, we lack people that speak the truth. We lack people that speak the truth. That is the truth. I must say it and I will continue to say it. The day, especially our leaders, we find leaders that are ready to say it the way it is. Then we will know that we are heading to the right place. But if it is going to be Nigeria will be better, bigger together, you say it when there is ceremony to do. Then the day issues now come up, where we need somebody to come out and speak the truth and say, this thing you are doing is wrong. This is what the Constitution says. We must be guided by the Constitution. Then, if you refuse to talk, then Nigeria, there will be no Nigeria. Not to talk of the one that will be good. So I hope that we will match our words with the proper and right action. That is the only way God can bless us. We keep praying to God for everything. No, that is not it. You cannot be speaking A and doing B, and you are expecting God to come and bless you. You must speak A and do A, then God will bless that. That is why the Bible says righteousness exalts a nation. So if we are build everything we do on lies, on propaganda, on face value, then there will be no Nigeria. And God will not even bless us. So beautiful say, I'm happy with this court judgment. I pray that the government and the security agency will adhere to this and obey the court order. Because Nigeria is a very funny place. It's about the more you do, the less you see. The next on the news item is again 6 Nigerian soldiers killed in Boko Haram ambush in Yobe. This is on the sad note. People are dying every day. They die, people die on the road accident, people die, terrorism, kidnapping. What is this? First of all, let me use this opportunity to console with the family of the soldiers that sacrificed their life for us. They are doing a wonderful job. I'm here now in my house talking. Soldiers are in the bush or in the war front, trying to defend me, trying to work for me. So may the soul of the departed rest in perfect peace. And I pray God gives the family they left behind the fortitude to bear the loss. The government must do within everything power to reduce the way we are losing our soldiers. So let me go to the news properly. Excuse me. Okay. Nigeria troop killed 26 Boko Haram terrorists on Saturday, hours after the terrorists killed at least 6 soldiers in an ambush in Yobe. The news is saying that at least Nigeria military still killed like 26 of them after they have ambushed the military. So they retaliated back and killed 26 of them. But the military authorities in Yobe said one soldier was killed and another one injured. Credible source said the soldiers were on their way for an induction ahead of their deployment to the northeast battlefield when the terrorists laid siege on the highway. One of the sources said 6 soldiers died at the ambush spot and many others were injured. So there's conflicting reports. Some say it's 1, some say it's 6. But the sad news is that we lost a soldier. Whether it's 1, whether it's 2, whether it's 6, we lost a soldier. So that is the sad news. So I thank God that they were the Boko Haram people paid for their sins. That one makes me happy a bit. They paid for it. But according to the news, over 26 of them were killed and they recovered so many things like ammo tank, rocket launcher. Let me read the news. The terrorists attacked our troops who were heading towards Boni Yadi and then retreated towards the dreaded Alangano village. He told Daily Trust. It was learned that the terrorists ambushed the troop at Gonakaji village in Gujaba local government area along Tamatu roads. Nigeria Army under Operation Turataki Bango confirmed that troops deployed soon after the ambush killed 28 people. In a statement signed by the acting director of Defense Media Operation, Brigadier General Bernard Oyeku, the army noted that soldiers from the headquarters and those from 27th Task Force Brigade Bonigari and others from Special Force Training School Boniyadi repelled the attack. The soldiers tactically outmaneuvered the criminals and engaged them with superior firepower, resulting in high casualties on the terrorists. Thank God for that. They lost so many of their people. In the same way, one Boko Haram born truck was destroyed with other occupants with his occupant, while another gun truck was captured from the fleeing criminals. Other equipment captured from the criminals include 2 anti-aircraft guns, 13 AK-47 rifles, 4 extra magazines, and vulcanizer machine. Regrettably, one gallant soldier paid the supreme price, while other soldiers was wounded during the encounter. So the point now is that there was an attack yesterday, and the Nigeria military rallied around, reinforced themselves, reorganized themselves, and gave the terrorists a run for their money that made them to lose or lost about 28 of their personnel. Or some part of the news said 1, some said 6. However, it's a good one from that end of how Nigeria soldier military recovered back. That is a good one. Let's. I wish, like I said before, I wish the the lost people that lost their life. I wish them to rest in perfect peace. If it is one, it is whatever number it is. May their soul rest in perfect peace, and God gives them the family, the level to hear the Lord. It's not easy. It's not easy. Maybe these people now they have family. I mean, sure they have family. Some of them may have wives. Some of them may have children. So I it's not going to be easy for the next few years for the family of the one the one of that lost their life. So I wish them uh, good life. So let's go to the next on the item. Next news on the item. Excuse me. Oh, generator problem. The next news on the item is group of Kukah accused Islamic group of inciting violence against him. Well, anyway, sorry for that brief interruption. My generator was about to mess me up again. I worked on it yesterday, but these things you cannot throw them like that. But we are back now. Kukah accused Islamic group of inciting violence against him. We are aware of this our Reverend Bishop. He's a Catholic bishop from the Sokoto diocese. He has accused some Islamic group of inciting their people against him. And this man, Kukah, on Christmas Day, said, delivered a message to his congregation and was saying that his government is biased. It's not government is not up to task. It's not ruling Nigeria the way it's supposed to rule the country. For me, that was the truth of the matter. If I'm an advocate of speaking the truth to the government and I supported that, I was in love with that. He spoke the truth to the government. But some group of people seems not to be happy with it for a reason best known to them. Maybe for religious reason, maybe for ethnic reason. I don't know. Some people are not happy with that New Year message. So they are now asking Bishop Kukah to leave Sokoto. That is what they are saying. I will soon go to the news properly. But before then, let me check some of the comments. I will play with them. Yes, so somehow it is bad. You cannot fight for your right. You cannot speak your right, not to talk of fight. That is how bad we are now. You cannot speak your right. You cannot speak the truth. If you speak the truth to the government, you are in trouble. That is the way we are right now. We have gone to that level. I thought bail was free in Nigeria. Why they are calling? Yeah, bail is free, but this one is not really. It's a bond that you use to secure your bail. They are not saying bring the money. They are saying in case you run, so that you will not run. They want somebody to come and stand it for you, and they want that person to be somebody that have something that they can hold on to in case you run. That is why they say 20 million. They are not really saying that 20 million you just bring it so that you go. No, it's a bond. They want somebody that want to come and stand for you, to have to put something on the table that they can hold on to if you are scorned. That is the reason for the debate that they are talking about. So yes, my Nigeria World people, they are advising me to share the video. Yes, education is the key to the grassroots movement. Very well, my brother or my sister. Education is the key. Without education, you are no nation grow. Nation goes nowhere. No nation go nowhere without education. That must be emphasized, and I will continue to hammer on that. I will continue to dwell on that as long as I live. Because without education, you are creating problem for the nation. You are even creating problem for, as a father, if you refuse to train your child, that thing will forever torment you for your life. If as a father, you refuse to train your child or your children, you will never have peace. Because what they are going to be involved in out there will forever come. Even if those children don't come and haunt you with it, those things they are doing, their character, their actions out there will come and haunt you. Not to talk of a nation. Not to talk of a nation that will deliberately not train their children. Education is very key. There is nothing that can be compared to education. No matter the amount of building, houses, cars, company you leave behind for your children, it cannot take the place of education. You can leave billions of assets with wrong training, wrong education, wrong background, wrong mindset, wrong mentality, that billion will go down within 2-3 years. But if you leave a child with education and you don't even have a house, you are sure, you can be sure that that child will amount to something, will be able to stand on his own. So any serious-minded person, whether father, mother, nation, does not joke with education. It's only in this part of the world where we are not serious people, especially our leaders, that you take education as something that let them go and fight for it. No, you must work at it. You must work at it. Very, very important. Very, very important. Education is very key, and I will suggest and advise that our government take it seriously, my people. So as I was saying, Kukah is accusing this Islamic body of inciting the public or their members against him. I will soon go into the news item properly. We'll soon go into it and let you in to see what happened, why Kukah is saying that they are inciting the public against him. Just a minute, I will soon be there. Sorry for the. So this Islamic body there. So this body is saying that they gave Kukah an ultimatum to leave Sokoto because of his Christmas message. So, and Kukah is reacting to it that this is an incitement, and which is not good. To be very candid, nobody have right to say somebody should quit a region. We are all Nigerians, and everybody must be treated fairly and equally. Kukah accused Islamic group of inciting violence against him. The outspoken cleric explained that he's more interested in how religion can be used to foster unity. The Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Kukah, has accused an Islamic group, JNI, of inciting violence against him over his controversial Christmas message. The clergyman, in a message titled "A Nation in Search of a Vindication," had earlier accused the Buhari administration of not giving up to expectation of not living up to expectation of Nigeria due to the various economic and security challenges affecting the nation. He said Mr. Buhari was affecting the nation. He said Mr. Buhari was institutionalizing northern hegemony against national interest. In a reaction to Kukah's sermon, JNI, in a statement dated January 6, described the bishop's sermon as irresponsible and seditious. The statement was signed by the Secretary of JNI, Khaladi Aliyu. According to him, Mr. Kukah's message was address, considering the occasion and the audience. One cannot but agree. One cannot but agree that it was a calculated attempt to insult Muslims, which is a typical of him. Is valid insinuation that Muslims have a pool of violence to draw from, have a pool of violence to draw from. In digesting this disheartening, it is digesting, no, it is disgusting, disheartening, as well as condemnable. Another Islamic group, Ummah Movement, with headquarters in the National Islamic Center (NIC) Zaria, has said the failure of Mr. Kukah to reiterate his statement earlier enough triggered his reaction, hence called for immediate resignation of the bishop from the peace committee in view of his blatant anti-Muslim partisanship as displayed in his treasonable Christmas message. The movement's call was made known in a statement by its leader, Mohammed, and was made available to the press on Sunday. So this body is saying Kukah's statement was to bring the Muslim down, was against them. That for that reason, Kukah should resign first of all from the peace meeting that is a member of, that he is not fit to be part of that peace meeting, and at the same time he was giving an ultimatum to leave Sokoto because they are not comfortable with him being around them. So now, the way I want to look at this matter is I want to do a little bit background to this matter. It is absolutely wrong, very, very wrong for anybody, no matter the situation, no matter what, to come up and give an ultimatum or say somebody should leave a particular region or a place. Nigeria is Nigeria. We are one. We must live together as one if we want to grow as a nation. Now, if you have a problem with any individual, the best and easiest thing to do is take the person to court. If the person has damaged your reputation, take him to court. You does not have the right to say this person should leave this region or should leave this state. No. If your reputation has been damaged by any utterances or by anybody, take the person to court and let the court decide if your reputation has actually been damaged. Then, this is not the first time people are coming up to order for people to leave the region. Why? And why is it that it keeps happening every time? It is because the government have refused to deal with it. That is the simple truth. If I come up now and say every Northerner or every Igbo man in Benin City, Edo State, to leave Benin, or we cannot guarantee their peace, the normal thing to do is for the police or the DSS to rain on me. So if they rain on me and use me as a scapegoat, nobody will want to do it again. But if I say it and I get away with it, I will be encouraged to say it again. And if I do it twice, somebody else will want to take over from me and keep doing it. Because nothing happens to me. I'm living my life. Maybe that one will even make me more popular. It might even make me richer. So this is the reason why this thing is progressing. from one state to another. Why people are bold enough to come up and say particular people should leave a region. If there were punishment, repercussion for all those utterances, people will not do it. People will not. Nobody will be bold enough to come up and give an ultimatum for anybody to leave. If you feel insulted, you go to court. But because the government seems to treat those kind of matter with levity, the government see that they are just saying it. No, they are not just saying it. One day, some group of people will be bold enough to effect it. If you allow it to continue the way it's going, one day, people will be bold enough to carry out this action. So it must be neat at the board. We must cure it now. It's becoming too rampant. Every day, hearing people, hearing one group, hearing one region, telling the other region to leave. And nothing happens. That is where the problem is. The government must learn how to enforce things, to do things properly. You cannot allow people to be doing the wrong thing and they get away with it, and you think you are doing the wrong thing, the right thing. You think Nigeria will work? No. People are being emboldened every day to do the wrong thing because you refuse as a government to do the right thing. The responsibility of government or the onions on government is not for you to just say, I'm a governor, or I'm a president, or I'm a minister. That is not it. The government, you are meant to work. There are work you must do. It's not for you to just sit in the office and collect fat salary, drive big cars, travel around the world. And when it's time to do what you are supposed to do, you cannot do it. So the government must learn to do it right. When people, I will not be surprised, nothing will happen after this. This will just go normally. So why would another body or even the same people come up tomorrow and say the same thing? It certainly will happen again if you let it fly. If you let it just go like that, it certainly will happen again. When there are no repercussions, when everything is being dressed and filled with impunity, you cannot tell anybody to live anywhere. It is the right of every Nigerian to decide to reside in any part of Nigeria. That is what the Constitution says. So when somebody now say, leave my region or leave my state, then you are crossing the line. You have crossed the line. Such people should be dealt with. They should be used to set an example for other people that want to do the same thing. I think that is enough for that. Let's go for the next news item. As you are going to the next news item, I encourage you, share this video, like this video, click the auto buttons for you to get our notification anytime we are on like this. Advise your friends, family to subscribe to Naija Watch channel And as you can see from the number that is scrolling behind the video, there's a number there. You want to send a WhatsApp message, send WhatsApp message. So we will be able to, you will engage us, you will encourage us. If we require you, noting the area that we are not getting it right, let us know. Criticism is part of the business. Criticism, not insult. You have the right to criticize us. You have the right to say, this area you got it wrong, you did not do it well, fine, but not with an insult. Just stay away from language that are not proper, dirty languages. Make it clean. We will be happy to learn from you. Send WhatsApp message, make comment via YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Matters Arising with Humanist Stephen. There are different ways, different platforms that you can reach us. Please do reach us, encourage us, share our videos, like our videos, and let your people know. Let them subscribe to our channel. That is the motivator we need. That is what we need to serve you. That is what we need to encourage us to do better. So the next news on the item is Amotekun begins operation in Ogun State. That's a nice one. That's a good one, because these are some of the things we need now. Because our security agency, like the police, the army, they are not giving us the maximum security that we need. So we need every region, state, to come up with a strategy to support the security agencies. I think I'm happy with this. I will encourage it. Other regions that have not done same, I will encourage to do their own. States that have not done their own, I will encourage them to do. Like Lagos State that I reside, they have not done their own. They have not been part of this Amotekun. I don't know how far they are formed with it. They are supposed to be part of it. So I will encourage that the key into this idea. They should key into it. They need it to support the military, to support the police, because it's very clear that the police cannot do it all the way it is. So let me go into the news proper. Amotekun begins operation in Ogun State. Ogun State government has said that the security of life and property will not become a unfeigned effort, or unified effort with the full operation of the Southwest Security Outfit called name Amotekun. Ogun State government has said that the security of lives and properties will not become a non-field effort with the full operation of the Southwest Security Outfit, codenamed Amotekun in the state. A statement on Tuesday said the chief of staff to the governor, Alhaji Shuaib Salisu, disclosed this while featuring on a live television program in Abeokuta, adding that commencement of the outfit in the state would fortify the existing security architecture. Fortify the security architecture, although he did not mention specific date for the commencement, Salisu was quoted as saying that the day of the criminal were numbered. The days of the criminal were numbered with the appointment of retired Commissioner of Police David Akinremi as the commandant of the security outfit. The CSO said the government had procured 100 patrol vehicles, 200 motorcycles, and communication gadgets to enhance its operation, adding that Amotekun would have formation in all the 20 government area, 20 local government area of the state. He said part of the strategy of the state government to curb criminality is to devise means, noting that over 20,000 youths have been deployed through Ogun Job Portal. Have been employed through Ogun Job Portal. The statement read partly. That's the end of the quote. This one is saying that Amotekun, Ogun State is going to key into the Amotekun security outfit, which is the security body that will cover the southwest. They are doing it state by state. I think Ekiti State, Ondo State, they have commenced their own. So it's not the turn of Ogun State. They are key into it, and is giving warning to the criminals within Ogun State to be warned that Ogun State is no more a place for them to fetter. It's not going to be conducive for them anymore. They will have to be careful because they are going to unleash the power of Amotekun on them. They have acquired over 100 vehicles, 200 motorcycles, and this outfit is going to be cut across all the 20 local government area of the state. A very good one, commendable one, and I hope you guys do it properly. Like Wole Soyinka said yesterday, or Professor Wole Soyinka said yesterday, I think these people should be given proper training to build their mind, to make them understand their responsibility, what they are called to do, their assignment. Not just giving them guns, giving them communication gadget, giving them vehicle and say go and fight crime. That mindset is give them the impression that they are there to, they can call anybody a criminal. It gives them the impression that it's for them to go and collect money, for them to exploit anybody that comes their way. So they should be trained properly. Their values should be molded to be that they are meant to serve, not to exploit. They are meant to protect the people, not to kill the people, like the NSAS matter. So that's the way to go. You don't just pack them, recruit them, and just throw them into the streets. That will not give us the desired result that we want. It will not. I hope Ogun State will reach out to people like Wole Soyinka. There are so many other people that can do that. We have intelligent Nigeria that can train these people. So reach out to such people. Wole Soyinka, a lot of others. Let them be trained and retrained. In fact, let the training be yearly. Don't just do it once and say you have done it. No. Let it be yearly. Let them keep hearing it before then it will become part of them. If you just give them those equipment and throw them into the street, you are creating another problem. You are creating another problem that will even be worse than where we are coming from. We must do it and do it right. If we want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it at all. Because we know where we are coming from. Where we are coming from is too bad. This one shouldn't take us to another worse place. So I think that is all. That is good for that. I hope that the Ogun State government will listen and do the needful. Give these people the proper training they want, they desire, or that require, not desire, that they require. They need those training. They need those building of mind. Because the value, what we place our value on is quite different from what they are meant to do. So deliberate efforts should be made to rebrand their mind. So next on the item on the list is Buhari approved posting of 95 ambassador designates. Yeah, I just thought I should just speak a little bit about this, just for the purpose of our brothers and sisters abroad. So let me just go straight to reading the news the way it is. And 95 career ambassadors and non-career ambassadors designated are to be posted to various Nigerian missions abroad. The federal government has said this follows the approval of the posting of the envoys by President Muhammadu Buhari. The Minister of Foreign Affairs disclosed this in a statement on Tuesday by his permanent secretary, Ambassador Gabriel Aduda. While Aduda did not state when the president gave the approval, he noted that those to be posted include 43 career ambassadors and 52 non-career ambassadors. He said following the development, the government has already commenced the process of requesting agreement from the prospective host country. The permanent secretary revealed that the minister would organize an induction course for the ambassadors designate and their spouses. He explained that the event which would hold on a date to be announced so was to prepare and facilitate the movement of ambassadors designate to their respective mission. This comes after about 9 months ago when President Buhari nominated 42 career ambassadors designated to the Senate for confirmation. In a letter dated May 6, 2020, the president informed the lawmaker that his request was in accordance with Section 171(12)(c), subsection 4 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. I have the honor to forward for confirmation by the Senate the underlisted 42 names of nominees as career ambassador designates. He had said in the letter. The ambassadors designated who were nominated include C.O. Nwachukwu, A. Kafas, R.O.U. Brown, G.A. Odudipo, O.C. Onowu, Y.S. Suleiman, E.S. Agbana, B.B.M. Okoye, GM Okoko, AM Gaba, MI Bisha, MO Abam, EA Alotoye, GE Edokpa, and AN Madubuku. Others are Adamu Lawan, Innocent Iweju, MO, MS Abubakar, YA Ahmed, SD Umar, A Sule, GY Hamza, L Rimi, LS Ahmed Rewan, M Manu, IRO Ochi, IA Yusuf, M Abdurrahman, YA Adedeji, and AU Oga. Also among the ambassador designate are AA Musa, NA Kolo, SO Olanya, ARO Adejola, EAY O, Awe O Aloko, IA Alitishe, BA Adeleke, MS Adamu, IN Charles, ZM Ifu, and BB Hamad. In another letter dated 1st July 2020, the president asked the Senate to confirm one career ambassador designate, 39 non-career ambassador designates. End of quote. So these are the names of people that we are expected in the next few months or weeks to be deployed as ambassador to various countries. They are planning to do an induction for them. Induction means something like training for them on what is expected to be their responsibility, their assignment of what to do. I hope that the coming on board of these people will bring good things, will bring good innovations, creativity to different places that they are going to serve, so that our brothers and sisters in diaspora will benefit from them, will benefit from their words of experience, their knowledge that they are bringing on board to come and serve you there. Because these people are supposed to be servants, not a lord. They're supposed to come and serve. They are supposed to bring things, innovative things that will help the life of an average Nigerians abroad. That is what they are supposed to do. So I hope they are coming aboard. We help you guys out there. Then the next on the list is PDP. Learn from us election. PDP, learn from us. Okay, learn from US election. Buhari by Mary Abazua. PDP, learn from US election. Buhari by Mary Abazua. So I think this person is advising our politicians to learn from US election. Yeah, there's a lot to learn. Like I've always said it yesterday. I think I even said it before yesterday. In the light of the way things are going right now in America, we have a lot to learn, both from the negative and the positive side. We have a lot to learn. We have a lot to learn. There are negative things to learn. There are positive things to learn if we want to be fair with ourselves. So this person is advising our political class, our political party, our government to learn from what happened in the present US election. So I'm trying to get the full news out. Okay, I'm there. We have a lot to learn, both negative and positive. to learn from this from US experience. PDP learn from US election. Buhari by Mary Abazua. So the news in details. The PDP, the People's Democratic Party, has requested that the All Progressive Congress get educated and learn from the invasion of the United States Capitol Hill by rioters. PDP advised the President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, to get a clue from the United States presidential election event on how to develop the democracy of the nation. The PDP, the People Democratic Party, the People Democratic Party, in a statement on Friday, urged the president to learn how to rule without leaving out the PDP advised the president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, to get a clue from the United States presidential election event on how to develop the democracy of the nation. The PDP, the People Democratic Party, in the statement on Friday, urged the president to learn how to rule without leaving out the security of all sectors. Mr. President should take steps to ensure a reform that would strengthen our system, including ending our act of nepotism in appointment into sensitive institutions. The National Secretary, Kola Olagbodeyo, said. PDP further stressed that APC should desist from being a community of people with common selfish interests and desperate persons' enrichment. So that is the end of the quote. Yeah, PDP is finding their voice now. They are advising the government of APC to go and take a clue on how to run a nation, going by what happened in the US last week, specifically the Capitol Hill riots. Yes, good one, good advice from PDP. But from me, I would advise both of you, whether PDP or APC, should go and learn how to run a nation. Nation is not built for individual to triumph. When you have produced a president, then that is all. Or you have produced a minister, or you are the ruling party, that is all that be a nation. It is the institution that can stand on their own, no matter who is talking, that build a nation. That is how a nation strives. You can imagine if this case that happened in America was a Nigeria situation. I can imagine what would have happened. I can imagine where we would have been by now if it was a case in Nigeria. But look at the way the system takes care of itself. Whether the president like it or not, the judiciary could not be coerced. Whether the president like it or not, the legislator could not be coerced. Whether the president and even some of his aides that he appointed went against him. They go against him. Some of them resigned because of his action and attitude. His political party stood against him. They did not say, because I am a PDP and the president is a PDP, so I will not speak the truth. They did not say so. When it was time to speak the truth, everybody was speaking the truth. Nobody cared whether the president is happy or not. But in our case, we fall in line with religion. We fall in line with religion. We fall in line, excuse me, with the political party. I don't want to rock the boat. you don't rock the boat. Because you are a member of that political party, even when the person is not doing it, is not getting it right, you support him because you don't want to rock the boat. That is not how to run a nation. That is not where to go. So we have a lot to learn. I want us to really dwell on the positive side that we need to learn from. Not how Trump has brought America down. That is more, it's more or less not our business. I really don't care about that, because that does not give me anything. It does not help me in any way. And thank God the system, we are able to take care of him. That is the most important thing for me. That is what we should learn. How the system took care of him, the president, which is Trump. They didn't say because he's a Democrat, then the Republican, then the Republican Party will not queue behind him and begin to defend the nonsense he was doing. They didn't say because he appointed them. So all the rubbish, they will take it and support him. The judiciary did not say because he's the president, I will give a wrong verdict or a wrong ruling because he's the president. He asked me to do it. Everybody's choosing on their own. That is how a nation should be built. That is how a nation should be run. Not based on individual capacity. One powerful man, one strong man. That strong man will go one day. And most times, those strong men will not do anything to favor you and I. They will only do things that will favor them and few of their followers. See how many strong men we have built. How far have they gone? The same system that built them will bring them down in the next few years. When Obasanjo was in power, he thought he was the Alpha and Omega. Is it not the same power that is bringing him down? Look at what happened to Oshomole. The same system that make him powerful brought him down. So Nigerians should learn. It's not about the individual. It's not about the president. It's not about the ministers. It's not about the government, the governor. It's about how Nigeria will work for everybody. Nigerians must learn to do the right thing. We must learn to speak the truth when there is need to speak the truth. Not saying I don't want to rock the boat. He's my president. He's my party member. One day the system will come and kill you too if you don't know. So the better you stand with the people, the better you stand on the path of truth, so that posterity will judge you right. Posterity will judge you right. If you refuse to speak with the people, you refuse to stand with the people, posterity will deal with you. There is no going back. You cannot run away from it. You cannot run away from it. Posterity will deal with you. Go and find out, check it out. For every one of you that have decided to be on the path of lies, dishonesty, you might be enjoying it now. Yes, you are being favored by the government. You are being favored by the president. You are being favored by the governor. Fine. One day you are going to leave that. You are not going to remain there forever. max 8 years, then you know you will hear what you will understand what I'm saying now. We need to learn. We have learned, and let us learn to do the right thing. Let us learn to be on the side of the people so that posterity will judge you right. So I think that is enough for that. The next on the news item is Ohaneze Indigo election. Some Igbos are restless characters. Abia governor condemn functional leadership. Yeah, I think we dwell on this. It was about 3-4 days ago that uh, uh, the Ohaneze election it was one of the topic where we dealt with. We, we, we it was one of the topic that day that we really discussed. Now, another thing is coming out of that election. A little bit of background: there was an election by the Igbo people. This is an umbrella body that is in charge of the entire Igbo race. They, they are supposed to be the one that build their culture, what they do, what they don't do. Every Igbo man is supposed to be under this umbrella. So they did the election at the weekend. I think it was on Sunday, and they elected their president general, so Professor Obiazo, and from information reaching us, some of these their descended voices coming out anti election is saying some people are saying the election did not follow due process, they did not agree with the election. So that position are now prompted what this statement that I'm about to read now. In this, Abia State Governor Okeze Ikpeazu has reacted to the controversy trailing the recently conducted election of Ohaneze Indigo, describing some Igbos as restless characters. Ikpeazu, who spoke from Umuahia during an interview, ah, my sister, this complete generator. Ikpeazu, who's this one is about. My, excuse me, my generator is acting up again. Oh God, I'm coming. Sorry for that distraction. It's really pathetic. My generator is acting up again. Let me see what I can do. Well, let's make do with this. Just that I will not be able to read the news again for now. So the Abia governor is saying that the Igbos are restless people. They always find one way or the other to create problem in everything they do. His position is that the people should not always, everybody cannot lead at the same time. At a particular time, one person will lead. So it is proper for every election when somebody win, the ones that lose should rally around to support the winner. I think that is a very good way of looking at things. Everybody cannot win rule at the same time. So I am bringing this up because I expect the Igbos at this time to put their house together. If you are dreaming or thinking of being a president come 2023, by now you guys should be doing house cleaning. You should be agreeing in everything you are doing. That is the only way you are going to fight the battle and win. If you are going to go to the battle with a divided house, oh, sorry, there will be problem. There will be problem. So you people must sit together and work together, agree together, so that the ultimate goal will be your main concern. That is where you should be focusing on, not whether this one is you are writing a petition, you are saying this one is not with this one. If you people have agreed that this man is your leader for the next 3 or 4 years, depending on how I'm not an Igbo man, I don't know how you guys do, but by now people should be closing ranks. You should be coming together to prepare for the battle ahead. I just thought I should bring that up, and I will encourage you, the Igbos, to please put their house in order. Very, very important. It is my wish and desire that come 2020, Igbo man will be president of Nigeria. But if you are going to do it with a divided house, then sorry, it's certainly not going to work. It's certainly not going to work. So you guys must do a cleanup and come out with one voice. That is for that. So the next on the item is good people of APC and PDP should come together to make Nigeria great. This one is, I laugh in Chinese language. If I can, I want to laugh in Chinese language for this statement. Very funny. I must say, unfortunately, I cannot read it the way he put it. I don't even need to read anything. Just what he's saying is that, I think what he was saying in the write-up is that there are bad people in APC, there are bad people in PDP. So the bad people have taken over the government. Now it's not asking for PDP and APC, the good people in PDP and APC, to come together to make Nigeria great. He said this in River State when he was when Wike invited him for a launching of one I think a bridge or something. So when he went there, he saw what Wike has done. So he was praising Wike. He even went as far as saying Wike is a good man. So he's a good PDP man. So himself and Wike should come together with some other like minds like him to come and make Nigeria great. That was really what he was saying from River State. But the question I want to ask is, in all honesty, Rochas, do you see yourself as a good Nigerian? I'm not expecting any reply. But I want to sound a note of warning to Nigerians. Let us not fall for these gimmicks again. They know how to maneuver us like this at this point. They pretend to be good. They pretend that they are good. They just say good words. But when they get to a position, you see the other side of them. They are not the kind of people we should be taking serious. They are not the kind of people we should be taking serious. They are not. From my own calculation, from my own opinion, from what I've seen about Okorocha, if you are looking for good Nigeria, you cannot confidently raise up a hand and say he's a good Nigerian. He's just like every other Nigerian politician who knows how to talk, who think they are smarter than every other person. Just like every other Nigerian. Now, because it's not favoring you, you are trying to be good. The day it switched to yourself that you are not doing well. If let's be sincere, if you have your son-in-law have won the governor of Imo State, will you be saying this thing you are saying? You are only aggrieved because your son-in-law did not win Imo State governor. So Nigerians beware. Let's be careful. Let's not fall for this kind of gimmicks. Let us not fall for this kind of gimmicks. If we fall for them, then we will have ourselves to blame. We are looking for a good Nigeria. I don't think it's fair for Okorocha to raise up his hand and call himself, say he's a good Nigerian. Good from where? We have seen you. We know what you can do. You are not. This is not 2005, 6, 7, 8 when we did not know you. You have shown us what you can do. That the best you can do is to go and build status. Go to America and shake Obama and come and do a big board in Abia State. I mean, Imo State. That is what you are good at. Status and Obama photograph. Apart from that, I don't see anything you are good at. So, Nigeria, be careful. Let them not deceive us again by telling us that they are good Nigerians. You shouldn't be the one to tell us you are good. It is we that should be saying you are good. If you are the one telling us you are good, then there's a problem. To be very candid, there's a problem. If you are the one telling us that you are good. Let us decide who is good and who is not good. So I think that is all for the day. That is the last of the news for today. But before I go, let me try and see and go through some of the comments. Okay. Okay. I think I've gone through this one. I think I've gone through this. Okay. All right. So we're about to draw the curtain for today. I thank you so much for everyone that have taken their time to keep me company. Without you, I will not be here. It is you that are giving me the privilege, the opportunity to sit here and do what I'm doing. I will forever remain grateful for you, to you. I encourage you to please encourage your people, your family, your friends to subscribe to Naija Watch channel. Press the subscription button, press the auto button, so that when we come up like this, notification will tell you that we are on. Like our show, share our videos, so that we'll be able to reach as much people as possible. Follow us on Naija Watch YouTube channel, Facebook Matters Arising with Humanist TV, United Southern Nigeria, and all other channels that you can follow us from. Engage us with your comments, encourage us when you need to, criticize us when you need to, and accept us anytime you wish. So I'm happy. I thank you so much for another day, another glorious day. Tomorrow will be another day for Matters Arising. And I pray that we'll be able to keep another day tomorrow by the grace of God. Thank you so much and have a great day.